Yes, sir! It's your boy, Party Shorts, coming at you live from the new Party Shorts Playhouse Studio here in downtown Sacramento, right outside of Olympia's Plaza. We're back for another episode of the Party Shorts podcast, and even more important, huge announcement, the very first YouTube episode of the Party Shorts Playhouse YouTube channel. We're back. It's been a while. I gotta admit that I haven't done the best at making sure that I continue to do these. But since we're here, let's just say that that's water under the bridge, I wanted to make sure that I did this right. But you know what? When it comes to this type of shit, what the fuck is right? The more and more that I think about it, the more that I realize that I just gotta put this content out there. It makes me feel good. And most of the time, it makes other people feel good too. So, for whoever's a real fan, for whoever appreciates the Party Shorts podcast, we're back, and now we're going to do a YouTube channel as well. So here's the cool thing. In the YouTube channel, I am going to take this content that we have already from the podcast, and we're going to give you twice the content. We're not only going to do the podcast, and I'll also let you know, the podcast is going to take a little bit of a different direction. I'll explain a little bit why. Let's just explain now. Who cares? Now that I'm going to be doing the YouTube and the podcast at the same time, trying to double dip my content, I'm going to have to get really a lot better at this. And I think going for it and doing it is what's going to help me get there. So I've thought about it for the last few months, and I'm like, man, I really want to start doing this whole Party Shorts podcasting again, but I don't know what direction I want to take it, When I first started doing the podcast, it was hella fun. I was telling stupid-ass stories about shit that I did back in the day. And yeah, what, they're fun. There's good lessons to it. I always try to spin it in a way that it was, what did I call it? I called it funjitainment or something like that. It was not only fun, but it was educational. I am your boy, Party Shorts, your drunk uncle. The guy that's done everything. Crazy stories. Probably should have been to jail a couple of times. But I haven't yet. And knock on wood, I hope it doesn't happen. But because of these stories that I have, I'm able to help others not make the same mistakes that I did. So obviously, we're still going to continue to do the stories because they're good. They're funny. But I'm going to let people know when the episode might shift a little bit. Today's like another introduction, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about what we want this Party Shorts podcast to become. After all, y'all are my shorties, y'all are who support me, and if you really like this and it's a good message, not only is it going to be funny at times, it might make you cry sometimes, it's going to make you think, but overall, I want to share what's going on in my head and the positivity that I reach out to everyone on a daily basis. And I think about it a lot. I work for a company right now. One day I hope to not have to work for anybody. But for now, I'm surrounded by a lot of people. And with that being said, I feel the responsibility to be a certain type of person. Overall, when I get to work and while I'm at work, and even after I leave work, my goal is to just be me. Just be Party Shorts. Just be one week. Just be the one guy that I am. But I feel that a lot of people aren't able to do that for themselves. And I just want to just think about, why can't we do that, So as real as I could be, as unhunted that I can keep it, that's going to be one of the promises that I make to everybody here that's watching. So that's, a little bit of a new approach that we're taking, a new direction that we're taking this Party Shorts podcast in. Make sure that you share it with everybody. It's going to be on iTunes. It's going to be on Spotify. And as you're watching now, it's going to be on YouTube. My goal for the end of each podcast is to maybe throw in some dope videos of the shit that I did that week, because I'm trying to live life to the max, to the fullest. Even though right now we've got this, whole coronavirus thing going on. And, I hope that everybody's out there being smart, staying safe, doing the right things. I'll even admit that I feel a little, I went on vacation actually last week. We went out to Vegas. We were out there for 5 days. We had a blast. Vegas is an interesting place right now. I recommend that you guys go, but like I said, if you're going to go out there, be safe. They make you wear your mask all the time pretty much. They got people wiping shit down all the time with hand sanitizer and stuff. So if you're going to go anywhere, it's not a bad place to go. And it was pretty damn cheap. We paid like 5 nights hotel stay at the Cosmopolitan, one of the best hotels in the world. Only paid about $1,000 split between 3 people for a week. So for my 5-night stay, I paid about $300, which I think is a pretty good deal. If you can swing it right now, I think it's important to take a break from all of this bullshit that's going on right now. You gotta protect your chicken. You gotta protect your egg. Whatever Marshawn said. If you've seen the clip, you know what I'm talking about. But overall, like, your mental health is important. So I decided to get out there, right? And sure enough, within a couple days, I got some people sending me this link that they found on Twitter and on Instagram, showing that the Wynn Hotel in Vegas released that since June they've had 500 positive coronavirus tests from their employees themselves, which obviously pretty alarming. But I took a test this past Monday. I'm coronavirus free. My intention was to do that shit the whole time anyways, but I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad that I went. I'm glad that I'm back, and I'm glad that I can talk about it now. So for whoever's like feeling a little bit anxious or weird about what's going on, you know what? Live your life, do what you can, but make sure you stay safe at the end of the day. You got to protect yourself. But anyhow, going back to the direction that I was talking about is how this show isn't going to be perfect. Some of you might be able to tell right now that I'm bullshitting and trying to buy a little bit of extra time while I gather my thoughts. The hardest part about doing the content and making sure that the video is also running at the same time and the recording is running at the same time is that I'm going to have to find clever ways to make sure that you guys aren't able to see if I've made a pause in the video. So yeah, now we're here. We're back in Sacramento. The Party Shorts podcast is kicking up back, underway. And I wanted to talk a little bit about, the YouTube video, obviously, the double sharing of the content that's going to be coming up. Oh yeah, really, really important. So, as you can see, doing a one-person podcast is a pretty difficult thing. You pretty much have to master the art of monologue. How am I, just one person, going to be able to continue a conversation and keep my listeners engaged when it's only me? How can you do that, Juan? Yeah, I feel like I almost gotta like talk to myself, and does anybody really want to listen to me talk to myself for 20 to 30 minutes? I doubt it. But the goal overall is to have guests in this room. And although this brand new studio is a little bit smaller than, your average podcast studio, we got plenty of room right here, and I can even scoot back. So if you're interested in sharing your story, coming on bullshitting, shotgunning a Coors Light Husky Boy with me, or drinking a White Claw, let me know. Slide in my DMs. Here are the socials. Instagram, Party Shorts, that's me. Twitter is Party Shorts with 2 S's. I've been trying to get the original Party Shorts, but this lady on Twitter actually has the Party Shorts, and she hasn't used the account for like 5 years, and I'm just hoping that they delete her account so I can just come in and swoop in. If I've got any friends out there that have connections at Twitter, please let me know, because that'd be really important for me to have. So let me know about that too. Obviously, Party Shorts podcast is available on iTunes podcast. It's available on Anchor. Anchor is actually the platform that I use to release all of my podcasts into the wild. And of course, we're on Spotify podcast as well. And finally, the YouTube channel. So if you're interested in coming onto the show, I would like you to. So let me know. We can talk about whatever. But here's the thing. Don't take it personal if I decide that you're not the best fit or you're not ready for the show yet. We still have a professional standard level that we want to keep up with, and I'm going to make sure that the integrity of this show does not falter. Yeah, did you guys ever really think that you'd be hearing those words from me? Probably not. So anyhow, we got this little notebook right here. I'm going to use it to do some notes. Let's talk about some stuff that's been going on. It's the end of summer. End of summer is a really difficult time for me. You know, no real particular reason, but I just fucking love summer. I mean, who doesn't? It's the best time of the year. It's warm. You get tan. You know, the sun rises at 5 a.m. and it sets at 10 p.m. You get the most sunlight out of the year. What the fuck is there not to love? As the seasons change, things change. This really wasn't the summer that I expected, you know? And for who was it really a summer that you expected? I mean, come on. We were locked up for most of March, all of April, and almost all of May. The fucking nation got antsy. People were like doing shit that probably shouldn't be doing. We had no idea what the fuck was going on. And as we slid into summer, the very first weekend was like a nation of teenage children rebelling against, you know, science. And I'm never gonna get political as fuck. For some reason, this whole thing going on in the nation right now has become very political. We're in a really strange time, and I don't know when it's gonna fix itself. But this summer was just not what a typical summer would be. It actually, you know, it involved some fun in the summer. I did go to Vegas, you know. I went, I did some pool. I drank at the house. I golfed. What else? There really wasn't much to do. So, like I said, a little bit of a different summer. But, you know, now that we've gotten to the end, it's kind of like, you know, what's next? How much longer are we gonna fucking be in this? So part of what I can do is to bring you some humor right to your door, completely for free. And if you like this, you're gonna want to share it with other people. And like I said, if you want to be on the show, you can let me know, because I would love to have you on here if you're funny, or if you're entertaining, or if you're hot. The only person that I know of that is doing a good job at this type of podcast is that chick from Call Her Daddy, Alexis. She's fucking awesome. I actually really respect what she's doing. And I mean, she's also fucking hot. So that's never a bad thing. But the fact that, you know, she was on a show with two people, she dropped the dead weight and decided to just fucking go it on her own, is pretty badass. So I kind of idolize her. If anybody, you know, has a direct path to her, you know, have my people talk to her people, so maybe I can become a guest on her show, or vice versa. Because, you know, at the end, because as we progress this, you know, we might be what you call a small ball in Pop Warner right now, but there's gonna come a time where we're running over fools like Zeke, you know, and I'm just gonna ask you to keep feeding me. But anyhow, let's get back to it. Summertime. Summertime is pretty much over, and you know, this last week we were just kind of chilling, and we just moved into the new spot. You know, that's the reason why we got the new studio, somewhere that's going to be a lot better for acoustics. But, you know, we were kind of bored and chilling, and I'd seen this thing, you know, on like the internet or Twitter or whatever, of they did a table read, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and obviously that's a freaking cult classic movie. Sean Penn's the lead dude, like one of the lead dudes or something like that. His name's Spicoli. But the reason why they did this is they did this to like raise awareness and to, you know, have people donate on police reform, invest money into making America a better place. So we got this like entire all-star cast of people. We had Morgan Freeman, you had Brad Pitt, Matthew McConaughey, Dane Cook, who by the way looks I don't ever want to talk shit about anyone, but he just does not look like what he used to. And I know everybody ages, but maybe some of the things that he's doing to his face is making him look a little bit Tim Allen-ish, which is cool if that's the look he's going for. No big deal, whatever. I mean, look at me right